This is a 1971 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It has Chevrolet's 350 V8 engine that makes 270 horsepower. The body and the engine both have around 40,000 original miles, and everything on the car is stock as far as we know. So I was a little late getting to this, but we started work on the car, obviously, as you can tell. But I wanted to start making videos about it, just kind of keeping progress and just hopefully entertaining a few people. This car has been sitting for 8 years. And before that, it drove a few times, and then most of that time was sitting in a warehouse or a garage somewhere. So obviously, it needs a lot of work. The engine right now is dry. There's nothing in there really, except for engine oil and a few other things. Right now, we have the A-frames off of the wheels because we're putting all the bushings in, because after sitting for so long, they're all clapped out pretty much. And in really bad condition. So this is my granddad's car. Before that, it was some other people that he knew, and this car's 51 years old, so it's been through the motions. But right now I'm just here for the summer working on it, and yeah, just kind of getting experience, learning what it's like to work on a car, and hopefully one day become a mechanic. So I hope you follow along and keep up with me as I fix this sucker up. So right now we have all the parts that we need pretty much to put this thing back together. We have new spark plugs, we have new rotor bug and cap, we have the front bumper, we have the back bumper, we have the back windshield. I'm pretty sure we have the front windshield too. All we need to do is put it back together. So hopefully you'll stick along and I'll track my journey as we put this thing back together. Yeah, so I'll show you some of our progress right now. Right now, as you can see, we have the breather and the air filter off right now. That's the carburetor. It's covered so we don't get anything in it. We have a jerry-rigged battery that doesn't have the positive terminal attached right now. It's really hard to find a battery that fits this because it needs a side mount, and that is not a side mount, as you can tell. We have all the spark plugs are still in. Everything is still in right now. One spark plug's not, because we were testing for spark and we didn't have it. That's why we have new spark plugs. We have this fuel filter slightly out because we need to take it to the auto supply and get them to help us find the right part and order it. That's the electric fuel pump that I think the previous owners must have put in, because I don't think we did, or I know I didn't. The actual fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump, is supposed to be down in there, but currently we have that removed because it wasn't working. And that electric one doesn't work either. We were trying to put a new fuel pump in, but for some reason the pump that we ordered is supposed to be for a 71 Monte Carlo, but it wasn't fitting. So we're gonna have to switch to an electric fuel pump, which isn't as good, but it's gonna work for now. We just need to get it running. So we have a new coil in it as well, because we thought that was bad. I don't actually know if it was or not. We just weren't getting spark. This is the old fuel pump we had in there previously. That should be the stock fuel pump, but we had to take it out because we were trying to put a new one in, which was like a high performance race fuel pump that my granddad had ordered a long time ago, and just never had the time to put in. But when we were trying to put it in, we ran into some complications. The frame, or for whatever reason, the pump doesn't fit all the way into where it should because of where the frame is. I think there's an extra part on the bottom here that doesn't fit past the frame, and there's like a rod inside where the fuel pump goes that you have to push up and put the filter or the pump on, and you can't with the one that we have, so that's kind of a problem. We have the new bushings, some in here, and then we also have a whole box of things here, mirror, bunch of different bushings. We have, as you can tell, we have the A-frames off right here. I just popped out the bushings out of these a few hours ago. We need to potentially replace the top bushing there, and then we need to take the springs out, or the coils out. And the shocks should be good. We don't need to replace them, but we just need to work on all of that, really. The interior is kind of a mess right now. Need to work on that at some point, but that'll probably be one of the last things. Things are kind of looking a little rough in there, but we'll get to that eventually. I'm pretty sure we have all the parts that we need for that. The steering and the brakes suck. We might need to put new brake pads on it, I don't know. We definitely need to work on the power steering, but right now that's kind of last minute stuff that we'll do. Pretty much right now we're just trying to get it running, and then after we'll decide what we want to do cosmetically. Brakes are kind of an important thing. We need brakes, but power steering I can deal with. But right now the car is pretty much, I mean, it's not painted anymore. It's kind of primed. I think there was a little bit of body work done on it by my granddad, ready to be painted, because he is a body man, so he does that kind of stuff. But the vinyl top that's normally on this kind of car is off right now. Paint, again, is non-existent. We need to probably just completely re-prime the car, and then eventually we'll paint it. He has a color in mind. I think most of the frame and engine bay will be like a hot rod black, and then the actual color of the car will be like a deep Pacific blue with a little bit of pearl in it, which I think will look really nice. We have all the junk in the trunk for rear tail lights, headlights, everything that we need for that. So again, we pretty much have everything. We just need to put it together. So yeah, that's kind of the update on where the car is at right now. Again, I hope you guys follow along. It'll be really fun. It's fun for me getting to learn this kind of stuff and get some experience. And yeah, I hope you guys stick around and keep watching, and maybe it'll entertain a few people, and maybe it's just my friends. But hope you guys enjoy. I'll try to post as regularly as I can. I don't know how often we work on this car because we do other stuff. We have a life outside of this car. So, but hopefully I'll post fairly regularly enough that you guys can actually track progress on it and not take 4 years to do it. Yeah, most excited for it to get running so that I can drive it and see how it feels, see how fast it is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll catch you guys on the next one.